What's up guys, it's Dino here. Welcome to another episode of BlockHeart. I'm super excited for this one. Today we have got a big project, the biggest one yet, a mega build if you will. So I'd like to set a like target right now of 20. I know that's ambitious, but I think we can do it. And this has taken me so long. I normally do 2 videos a week. This is my first video in 2 weeks just because of how big this build is. And if you look behind me, you can probably see it. Spoilers, because I'm filming this after I finished the project. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this one. I put a lot of effort into it. So I would appreciate a little bit of love, and we've got plenty of mega builds upcoming also that I've been doing polls on, so if you want to join in with those polls, make sure you're subscribed. I post the polls on here, and yeah, give the video a like. Let's get us to 20 likes. Let's get straight into this. Because of the nature of this, it's mainly going to be time-lapse, but there will be commentary bits, and I will do a summary at the end. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Settle in. Here goes my crazy mega build. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves an automatic wool farm. So in order to do that, we need to find somewhere to put it. And I was thinking down in my farm area, because it is a farm. So I've cleared out a small space. And for now, we're just going to have a couple of cells. For the sheep, we're out here behind the bee farm. So let's just clear a little bit more space. Then we place our hopper like that. On top of that hopper, we're going to have a rail with a hopper minecart on top of it. And then on top of this, we're going to have our grass. I'll come and replace that and make that grass in a minute. We could just leave this bit open right here. And then behind here, we're going to have a dispenser. An observer. That's pointing the wrong way. We've got to make sure it's pointing to the back, like so. And then we just need one piece of redstone here with a dispenser on top. Let's glass this off. Cheap. So we've got an awful lot of them that are all different colours. I'm going to get my lapis, I've got an awful lot. Dye all these blue and start collecting the tons and tons of wool that we are going to need for this stadium build. So let's get one of these bad boys let's get 2 of these down there so we can breed them and have quite a few auto cells, and we'll also do quite a bit of manual. Okay, so I've spent the night AFK. Let's see what we've got. Right. Okay, so we're about a stack and a bit of each one of these, so that's 12 stacks here, and then every time I shear the sheep in the manual farm outside, I get about 2.5-3 stacks of wool. So this is going to take a while. I want to fill at least, to start with, 10 double chests. I haven't worked out exactly how much wool I need, but I'm pretty happy with these farms, and they will just keep going while I'm working away at my base over here, because it's directly underneath my base. That's why I did it here and not out where the other animal farms are at the other end. So we'll just get on with the manual and the AFKing, and hopefully it won't take too long for me to get to where I need to be with my farming. So let's keep going. think I'm losing my mind a little bit. I'm going a little bit mental. This is definitely a lot bigger than the stadium I built on BlockHeart or Creamcraft or whatever the hell. BlockHeart 1. It's definitely a lot bigger. Woo! We are really getting through the blue wall as well. I'm having to do a lot of manual wall farming because my AFK one is not very fast at all. Might have to expand it. Thought I'd finish this today, but you can probably tell from the time lapses how much work this actually is. God damn. So there we have it, the stadium build. This has taken up so much of my life. When I started this, I didn't expect it to be this big or this time consuming, but I had to go big with it and I had to carry on. Every time I thought, my God, this is getting too big, I just had to carry on. So we'll start on the outside. Over here on the western side of the build, we've got the big main stand. Then we've got this one, which I decided to go around glass bowl type thing. And I've decided to keep this water. I'm going to fill, in a further episode when we do the interiors, I'm going to fill up that inside bit in there. And then we'll go round here to the east side. And this is the one I wanted to be like the more traditional, old style stand. So I've done a mixture of different design ideas over here, the brick of Villa Park and Anfield, and then on the inside it's sort of more like, I'd say more like Portman Road, Ipswich. Then over here, this is where the club shop is going to be, and we are going to be doing this as a build. We're going to be designing some kits and doing some other little merchy bits, and in here we're going to have a club shop. That's the back of the big screen. We'll cover this up somehow. But this is quite a nice little space, and I decided to go with a modern feel here because I just like the way it contrasts a bit with the traditional brick. There's a newsstand there, and then this square here, we're pretty much in the shopping district, so we're in the city here in Spawn. Here's Milk's office buildings, and our shops are over there. So I thought this would be a nice side to have the shop on, and it's easy to get to. And then, if we just run around here, I did all these paths at the end, we can actually go inside the stadium here, where I started some of the interior bits. This door goes up to the top floor, so we got over here, we got a view out over Old Town, the shop district, and then this big glass window here. A lot of stadiums have this. Portman Road has this, and the Sir Bobby Robson stand, where you can look down onto the street. And this takes us into stadium. We'll go with one that doesn't have a lightning rod. Here we go. So we are now in the stadium on the top tier of the north stand over here. And yeah, the scale of it, I wanted it to feel really big. And this corner stand here, the west and the north, I've designed it sort of to be a bit like St James's Park, a bit like Newcastle United Stadium. And I really like the way it turned out. I had some difficulty, you could probably tell in the time lapses, with these staircases on the bend, just because I didn't know whether to go diagonally and they'd be a bit messy, or to keep it straight like these. They go straight up, and then this one corner one here goes straight up, and the only way to make a staircase walkable like that is to use these player head, the little mini player head things, and then that allows you to just walk straight up. It looks a little bit messy, but I mean, from a distance, you can't really tell unless you're over here. We'll go around the bend a bit more. And then over there, that's the last kind of stand I finished off with the clock in the roof there, the more traditional. Do you know what? From inside, it looks more like Craven Cottage, like Fulham FC Stadium. So we've got the name of the club and the town here that we've decided at Spawn. It's going to be just called Spawnton. We've gone. It sounds lazy, but that's what we're going for. I decided because it fits, mainly because it fits there. And then we've got this big rounded stand here, which I've decided not to put a roof on. I thought it'd be nice to have one open one, and the roof would be quite difficult. Maybe in the future, I've had an idea that in the future I am going to develop some of these stands. I'm even thinking that this free tier, the way it bends around, I might do it here and knock down the round stand, and then I can add a roof too, and it might look a little bit more like a normal British stadium. I put paintings down all the way around the outside here, kind of like billboards, like advertising, and I've done it halfway up the Spawnton bit as well there. Over there, I thought we could have some kind of press box up there, so when we do the interiors episode, we'll add that. And this stand here is kind of like the traditional old stand with a slightly modern roof, but I did think about making this roof black as well. But the reason I've done these roofs with glass in them is because these are basically mob traps, mob spawn underneath these in the shade, so the glass kind of helps at daytime stop that. Up there I've got a glass bit with lots of rooms behind it where we can have some VIP rooms. I might sell them to the other players on the server. Then we got the dugouts here. These are quite simple. Again, when I do the interiors episode, I might update these. But then you've got sort of where the club staff can sit up here. So we've got like little exclusive bits. I need to add a staircase here as well, actually. I don't have anything to do that now. So when you come out of the tunnel here, the first thing you see is the clock and the Spawnton sign. And I quite like that. I think that's a good touch. This here is where we're going to have, in the interiors episode, we're going to be doing a press room. Here, you can just see the inner workings of my madness over here, but we'll cover that all up. An entrance into the ground down there. And then here we will have a home changing room here, a nice big modern home changing room, nice and cozy. And then we'll have the away room, which will make a bit sort of dirty and rubbish. Just to psych out the away teams, the way they do in real football, I'm sure. So that's the tunnels, the 4 stands. And then if we just fly up, we can have a few exterior views. This thing was meant to look as impressive as possible from as many angles as possible. That's why I decided to go with the crazy roof over there, the Old Trafford, St James's Park style roof. The big round stand with the glass exterior as well was meant to offer kind of like an alternative view from over here, which I'm sure once we played for longer, people will spill out over here and you will have a good view. And then from this angle, you got the traditional stand. You've got this, I think I've run out of rockets. I have. You've got this outsidey bit here, which I might put some writing on these blue bits, and then the road curves all the way around. I quite like this diagonal face here as well. If I design a logo in the interiors episode, we'll put it here. You can see the struts up there that hold up the roof. And I decided, after playing around with it for a bit, you probably saw that there in the time lapses that I started to put cladding on the outside. I ripped that all down. I've left it bare so you can see the staircases on the wall. Just because I think it looks good. It looks better. The more blue, the better on a build like this for a football stadium. And I just kind of liked it. It made it look a little bit more kind of authentic. So yeah, that is the stadium build. that took up a really long time, so I'm hoping this video does well, and I've set a like target of 20 likes for this one, which is ambitious, but I really hope, you know, this can get out there a little bit and my efforts can be rewarded. I'm using shaders at the moment just to showcase, but I didn't in the time lapses. But we're going to keep these rivers, so I really like the reflections. We're going to be doing work on this throughout the server series, so it's not going to end here. There'll be more work on the exteriors. I'll be adding banners and writing and maybe a clock there. We'll be doing the interiors, like the shops, the changing rooms, like I said, and might even develop one of the stands or continue to add to them. But I'd really like to know what you all think of this build. So please do comment below, and if you're new, definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more, and I'd appreciate, you know, more of a follower base so that it kind of makes my time worthwhile spending. I can't even tell you how many hours it's taken so long, and the time lapses and the rendering. But yeah, thank you for all the support for all of you who are returning or are here watching. I've got more mega builds planned, and I've been doing a couple polls. I've been thinking about maybe doing a zoo or an airport, and it seems like the airport idea is one people really want to see, so I will be starting work on that. The next few episodes we'll be doing bits and bobs around the server and recuperating from this build in particular. Anyway, guys, this has been unreal. it's definitely worth it, just to look at and to fly around, and the creative side of it, designing these stands. The round one behind me is completely my own design. So is that one, to be honest. This one I've taken inspiration, but I still had to then, you know, gather the materials and build it, and that took hours and hours and hours. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you'll come back again to watch more of my videos. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care.